and I'm gonna prove everybody at this level, sis. And I'm not playing with no Sam. I'm gonna break his rules. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And my only objective is going in there and inflict as much damage as possible on David Morrell. I'm going for the knockout.
It's getting personal now?
It's been personal.
Tensions have escalated dramatically between David Benavidez and David Morrell ahead of their highly awaited light heavyweight clash scheduled for February 1st, 2025 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. During a recent press conference, the animosity between the two fighters was palpable.
David Morrell, when he says...
Let me, I want to, you don't have power with this. You don't have power with this. No, I don't have power. No, for this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Hell no. I'm going to break it. Talking all that shit. Talking all that shit. When y'all cooperate, son, that's going to be...
Man, but you up, you boys. That's my gift. Battle, man. Like, just what do you mean? What are you saying? Man, you're stupid. I'll beat them. No, man. Okay, what do you do? Okay, baby, what do you do? Whatever you do.
Alright. And then I want you to come ready because I want you guys to do. I want you guys to do
whatever you do. Alright, whatever you do. Whatever you do.
Benavidez attempted to initiate a handshake, which Morrell refused, leading to a heated verbal exchange. The confrontation intensified when Benavidez shoved Morrell, who retaliated by hurling his WBA regular title belt at Benz's head. Security personnel quickly intervened to prevent further escalation.
First of all, I came, I tried to shake his hand. You know what I mean? I try to be cool. Because last press conference, we had this talking, but then in the middle of after, he was Morris over here shaking hands and stuff. So I was just expecting the same thing. It was my birthday today, so I didn't really want to get too aggressive.
Yeah. Gotta go get some cake later.
Nah, no cake. But I try to shake his hand, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me like that. Especially I don't know who this guy thinks he is. He thinks he's the hardest person on the planet, so I'm gonna beat the fuck. And there's nothing else really left to say. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter, yes, but I'm gonna make all the great fighters happen.
Both fighters have expressed their intentions to dominate the upcoming bout. Benavidez, holding an undefeated record of 290 with 24 knockouts, has been vocal about his desire to inflict significant damage on Morrell, stating, "I'm going to hurt David Morrell as much as possible." Morrell, also undefeated with an 11-0 record and 9 knockouts, remains confident, dismissing Benz's threats and asserting his own plans for victory.
It's a complicated fight. It's going to be hard, but now that all this is happening, how you feel different about him?
That's more fuel. That's more fuel to the flame to go in there and do what I got to do. Now, I'm really going to go in there and I'm going to put a beating on him.
Okay, so we're waiting, guys, in case you are watching the stream. We're waiting for David Morrell to come back here and try to do this in a pacific way.
Feud between David Benavidez and David Morrell is not just about boxing. It's a clash of personalities, fighting styles, and championship ambitions. Their rivalry took a fiery turn during a recent press conference when Benavidez unleashed a chilling warning to Morrell, declaring, "I'm going to kill you." This statement, though hyperbolic in the context of fight promotion, underscores the level of animosity brewing between the two undefeated fighters.
A lot of bad blood with this build-up because of what's happened at the press conferences. You as a bystander, what'd you make of what happened in Miami? Morrell threw the belt at him, David ducked.
Well, that's something you don't do. What if it would have been, someone said he was a kid or something? You don't do that. And that's how you know he's not how he says he is. He walks around like he's from the hood, like he's gangster. There's none of that shit. Why you throw a belt? Why not pass the belt out to the side and go handle it? If you're really mad, you do about that, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, did that type of response surprise you from him?
It just made me seem like he's a.
Benavidez, nicknamed the Mexican Monster, boasts an imposing record of 29-0 with 24 knockouts, known for his relentless pressure, power punches, and iron. But he has been on a mission to establish himself as the most dominant super middleweight and a potential contender to face boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez. In the build-up to this fight, Benavidez has been vocal about his disdain for Morrell, accusing him of disrespect and vowing to make their clash a brutal affair. The press conference showcased Benz's fiery temperament with his aggressive remarks and a physical altercation that only added to the drama.
David Benavidez, American, from Phoenix, Arizona, debut 2013 through 2021. I think he is still fighting. His last fight most likely occurred in 2021. Oh wait, November 13th, he's got an upcoming fight for Jose Uzcategui, Colombian. But his last one to go to KO took place March 13th, 2024. Yeah, and then undefeated.
His defense is far better than people give him credit. Him against only saw me more time at 175, which I think he got.
David Morrell and David Benavidez. Was that a fight?
Oh, got it. Yeah. So the story with me and I met him when he was a kid, and he told me I'm going to be a world champion someday. And then I run into him and he's a world champion. That's happened to me so many times, usually with MMA fights. That's when I was sort of kicking the tires in boxing. And, yes, I will watch it.
On the other side, David Morrell, the WBA regular champion, has carved out a reputation as a slick, powerful, and technically gifted boxer with a perfect record of 11-0 and N knockouts. Morrell is eager to prove that he belongs at the top of the division. Despite being the less experienced fighter in terms of professional bouts, Morrell has shown no signs of intimidation during the press conference. His refusal to take Benz's hand and his bold move of hurling his championship belt at Benz's head signaled that he's not backing down.
I don't want to fight somebody who needs something for my career. Who's out there now is David Morrell. Coming up to the fire, talking about it, almost international. And also, Wayne's not agents off the grade you want your fighters to call. They're all about the scope. You want to fight everybody. It seems like Morrell. At the end of the day, you got a guy who wants to fight.
David Morrell is so good. David Morrell is a high-risk, low-reward fight. If you don't overpay him, you won't get him. So, David Morrell goes for one of the most exciting fighters, got an exciting style. Now the fan base is Minnesota. That's not going to be no international institutional team. No sir. Fan base is Minnesota. Now we need to see a fight. Bottom is any of those guys is back into the top 10.
The stakes for this fight couldn't be higher. Both fighters are determined to settle their differences inside the ring and position themselves as the clear top contender for Canelo Alvarez. The February 1st, 2025 showdown at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas has already captured the imagination of boxing fans who anticipate a war between Benz's aggression and Morrell's finesse.
Huge demand for this fight, David Morrell and David Benavidez. For me, though, I never had a huge demand for it because I think it's a bit early for Morrell. And when you look at his last fight, Riyadh season, David Morrell didn't look that good. But a lot of people don't think David Benavidez looked that good against Volstik. I thought he looked great. I just thought he gassed out, but I thought he looked phenomenal. This Vargas. Remember when Vargas fought Trinidad? People wanted that fight until they saw it. He was a little too young, and he was showing a lot of promise. I think he's going to show some movement, shoot the jab, be busy. I think Morrell has a puncher's chance. And I think it's a phenomenal puncher's chance because he's so athletically gifted.
Benavidez and David Morrell, right? This is the type of fights boxing needs. Two young fighters, great fighters in their division. They moved up to 175. They were at 168. The fight wasn't made there, but 175, David said, you know what, let's make this fight happen. The first few pictures, it looks like David has some weight to take off. He looks like the Tyson Fury of the 175, but that doesn't matter, right? It's all about your fighting technique, your fighting style. I think David Morrell has a great opportunity to showcase his skills, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat a David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez has a little bit too much power and too much combinations for David Morrell. David Morrell hasn't, fought anybody that is maybe top 2, top 3. David Benavidez has been in there with Caleb Plant, has been in there with some good fighters. So he is coming into the fight the favorite. But let me know what you guys think of that fight.
In addition to the personal grudge, this fight carries implications for the super middleweight division's future. If Benavidez wins his campaign for a mega fight against Canelo, will gain even more momentum. On the other hand, a victory for Morrell would catapult into superstardom and establish him as a legitimate force in the division.
Here is David and Monstro Benavidez.
First of all, I just want to thank God for everything. Brought him as possible. I also want to thank my wife, my son, my daughter. My father was David Benavidez, Samson Lukowitz, all PBC, Luis Sikowitz, all Hammond, and here we are again. I told you guys I was going to give you the best fights that you guys wanted to see, and we're here again. We got this guy. He's been talking about me for a while, for about 2 or 3 years, disrespecting me, disrespecting my dad, disrespecting my brother. So now he wanted to take it personal with me. So I'm personally going to break his fucking mouth so he has something to remember me by.
I want to know who in these dudes' heads that they trying to fight in January. They ain't no main event, man. Don't nobody know David ass, man.
Shit.
David's not a main event.
They gotta learn.
Them got 1 million followers combined. They ain't got 1 million followers, Ness.
I don't know what they got. I know they gotta learn. Like my man did 175, then he did 62. Then they put you on the undercard. Like, bruh, keep building. He should be pushing for this undercard right here to be on this tank undercard again.
So you want us to be back on the undercard, so you just hate.
I'm afraid that you're going to do a show in January and it's not going to be successful.
We ain't got time to be hot.
David Benavidez is not a main event fighter, man. That's proving my fucking point, man. Anyways.
It's more about...
he ain't about his dance partner, man.
It's more about Morrell. Nobody knows Morrell.